Hello and welcome to Beyond the Bio, the recap. These short recap episodes are reflecting on Monday's main show and giving us the opportunity to take action as a result of that topic. This week, I was chatting to Dan Bradbury, and if you missed Monday's episode, please do go back and listen to it. The link is in the show notes. Dan Bradbury was such an interesting character. He is the owner of a private equity group with his primary focus being as an investor who specialises in taking companies that are already producing 7 figures in revenue and accelerating that growth to over 10 million. So really, really interesting experience across a range of industries of buying and selling businesses and maximising the value of those businesses. I was chatting to Dan about his previous books. So far, he's had a couple of books out and done some super cool stuff around the launches. Dan was chatting to me about taking advantage of opportunities that naturally occur. So with one of his book launches, he found out that Richard Branson was in the building and went to go and have a chat with him to try and get him to come to the launch. However, Richard Branson was actually in the building to meet a former US president, as you do, and was unavailable to pop into the book launch, but was more than happy to have a picture taken with Dan and his book, which was pretty cool, and he could then use it across his socials and beyond. So a real great opportunity that Dan was able to maximise. With his second book launch, he had to do it online because it was during the pandemic. But actually that worked really well with the topic of his second book and the fact that it referred to being prepared and how to position yourself in all sorts of different scenarios and dealing with various risks as they occur too. Interesting things that Dan shared were around encouraging people to buy the book on a specific date that would then generate lots of interest and movement in the Amazon chart, and actually to leverage that to use as a ticket to his launch event, which I thought was a really clever way of doing things. He also spoke about encouraging people to buy more than one copy of the book. So if someone bought 10 copies or 20 copies, that then gave them access to further bonuses. So also an interesting launch strategy. Dan also shared that he reached out to key people within his little black book and asked them to promote the book on a set day. He had a brilliant story where he has a fantastic contact who he just seemed to catch at the right time as he was about to go on to do a live TV show where he referenced the book, and it suddenly just powered up the charts before Dan even did any of his other launch activity on that launch day. So again, being in the right place at the right time or sending something to someone just at the right time as they were about to go onto the live TV set. So super cool results that Dan had from taking that action. So this week's Take Action is going to be loosely based on Dan's advice around leveraging great contacts. Now, I know that not everybody listening to the show will have a plan to write a book, although I do think that it should be part of your own marketing strategy and something that everyone should do at least once. But because that's not always the case and because we're not all writing books all the time, I think that the take action this week should be around leveraging your little black book. So who have you got in your contacts, in your emails, in your phone, where you can ask them to plug something that you are working on? So maybe it is the book, maybe you've got a podcast, maybe you've just got a really key LinkedIn post that you want to amplify and get a few eyes on. You need to use this strategy sparingly, so do wait until you've got something that is pretty meaningful, that is going to lead to something awesome for you. So whether that be the launch of a book or a podcast or an event or something like that, or whether it just be a really important post maybe on LinkedIn where you're trying to drive people's attention back to your business or something else that you're involved in. And I want you to just think about who these key people are that are going to be able to amplify your message and identify them, put them in the same place. You know, if you've got a VIP list of people that you would want to reach out to in this exact situation, and whether you have an opportunity for them right now or whether it's just a case of you having all of these people in one place so that when you do have the opportunity, and maybe it's something that you're aware of already, that you line them up and they're ready to go and you don't miss that opportunity. So there we have it. My take action for the week is going to be to curate your VIP list in your little black book. As always, let me know how you get on and I'll see you on Monday.